We can call him BYUtv analyst. We can call him G League Ignites Erik Mika. You can call St. Mary's fans, call them other things. We welcome Erik back to the program. It's just been like a week or two, but Erik, welcome back to the show, man.
Thanks. I didn't expect to call this quickly. I'm grateful to be back. I wasn't sure. I was up to Jarom Jordan's standard, but apparently
it was Spencer who requested it. But yeah, it's all good, man. First off, how close are you to returning for the G League Ignite, and then we'll dive into BYU UCF, man.
Yeah, I'm just a couple of weeks away. I've been on these fun little treadmills that I think you and I have talked about before, where you're not running on 100% of your body weight, but you're running close to it. So I'm at about 85% on that, which I think puts me about a week and a half away from actually running and getting into practice. And then, you know, it's just a game of response. You know, how does my knee respond to cutting and actual, you know, physicality in the game. But I think end of the month, early February, I should be playing in actual games.
That's great. That's great. Hey, we're just 12 days into January, but this BYU UCF game tomorrow feels a little bit bigger. What does this game mean to BYU?
I mean, I think it means a lot. You know, those first two kind of slipping away from us, very, very tough losses, but also kind of setting in the reality of this league, which is that it's going to be tough every single night. You're going against, you know, Baylor was a national champion not too long ago. Cincinnati has been a good basketball school for years now. Like, even though they were, you know, to me, you just learn that the predictions don't matter. You know, anybody can beat anybody on any given night because this league is so well-rounded, top to bottom. You have very, very good teams. You have very well coached teams. So it means a lot. We need to get this one. It'll be good to get our first one. And I think after you get your first one out of the way, the next ones will be a little bit easier.
Wednesday, Kansas, number 3 in the country, goes into UCF and loses. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 11 have all lost this week. It's been a while in college basketball. Does that change your expectations for this game, given that UCF was picked to finish last in the league? BYU was 13th, by the way, second to last. But now UCF has this amazing win. Could they come down from that against BYU, or will they maybe stay up from that? It's a little dangerous, it feels like.
It is a little dangerous. And like I just said, it just speaks to how good the league is. You know, like, and again, it speaks to how kind of trivial those predictions are, because I don't care where UCF is predicted. They can beat, you know, number 3 Kansas, you know, in quite a statement game. So I don't know if it necessarily changes my prediction of the game. It just solidifies in my mind how every game is going to be hard. You know, there's not going to be a single gimme in this schedule. And UCF proved that to the world. And now we need to, you know, get on the board with our first win. And I still like our chances.
Erik, during these 2 conference losses, BYU's looked good in the first half. And in the second half, they've had lapses while the opponent has had surges that have ended up being the difference in these games. How do you flip the script if you're the head coach?
Yeah, you know, it's hard. I don't know if I could put my finger without really breaking down the film and the stats behind it and saying, hey, it's this 1, 2, or 3 things. But in general, I say you flip the script with coaching and with leadership. You know, it's the standard that is set by the guys that are leading in that locker room. Obviously, the coaching staff is doing that. And then, you know, there's a couple guys who I'm sure have the voice in that locker room, and it's going to come from them, because you don't see that it's a problem of ability and capability. We're doing it in the first half. We have the tools, we have the pieces to the puzzle. We just have to find consistency. And like I said, I think consistency comes down to leadership. So I'm not super worried about it. I think we're going to make the right adjustments. I think we're going to come out and get a complete game here soon, because I trust in the coaching staff and I trust in the leaders in that locker room.
One thing that sticks out a little bit to me is BYU did not guard its yard, as it says, in terms of guarding its man, but also helping. The Big 12 has more length and athleticism. We knew that this would happen, right? But BYU plays good team defense. They're still one of the top 5 in points allowed per possession. So how does BYU defend one-on-one a little better, and then when it does break down, maybe help as a team better, because they were fouling a lot. People didn't like a lot of the officiating, but BYU was reaching a little bit, to where every team that BYU plays can't just break the Cougars down when they're on offense.
Yeah, I mean, guard your yard. I love that term. That's the term that we use here at Ignite as well. And I feel like I've heard this speech a lot. You know, it's just something that's hard to do as a young player, is stop your guy one-on-one, you know, but to be able to get on the court, that's fundamental, right? So like I said, I trust that the leaders in the locker room are going to inspire everybody on the team and really get them to realize, like, this is the difference. We have everything else, you know, as long as we can stop our guys one-on-one, then we're going to win a whole lot of games, you know, more games than anyone expected in this conference. So I think it just comes down to willpower. You know, one-on-one isn't, you know, any type of skill or technique. They've done all that stuff in the summer, in the months leading up to into the season, the years that they have under their belt as high-level basketball players. They have the ability. They just need to have kind of the will to go put it out there for 40 minutes, which is hard to do. But if they can do it, they're going to win. They're going to win this game. They're going to win a lot of games in this conference, like I said.
Gonzaga is an interesting case study for BYU. For 12 years, they were the team that got your full focus. You looked forward to playing them. They were the measuring stick of where you were as a program. And you had a great night, beat them in 2017 with your 29 points and 17 rebounds. Now BYU's got it. That was a good night for you. Still is. BYU's got a Gonzaga almost every night now. So how hard is it for these guys to match that level of intensity every night instead of twice a season, which is as often as you played Gonzaga until you got to the conference tournament? Now it's every night. How hard is it to bring your best effort every night?
I would also say it's easier in some ways. And I'll start with that. It's easier because, like you said, we had our full focus on Gonzaga. There was no going into that game thinking, hey, we're going to walk all over these guys. We're going to get everything that we want. We don't have to guard our yard. We just have to do this, this, and this. And it's going to be light, easy game. Like, obviously that was never our approach. And when that's, when your approach is as dialed in and is as serious, and you do have this mentality of, if I don't bring my A game, I'm going to get embarrassed. Like that really is, I think, at the basis of games like that. Like, these guys are well coached. They're a well-oiled machine. At that time, they certainly were. They were undefeated, #1 in the country. If you don't bring your A game, you're going to get embarrassed. So I think it's easier from a standpoint of being locked in, from having no lack of focus, concentration, and understanding kind of the weight of the game. But on the flip side, it is hard to then do that every night, not because it's not just physically exhausting, playing against such talent with such size and length and physicality, but also emotionally, mentally, it's draining. Being that locked in, that engaged, constantly thinking and making the right plays is not easy to do mentally as well. So it's going to be draining. I think it's almost like, in the NBA, they talk a lot about the importance of recovery and bouncing back because there's so many back-to-back games and the schedule is so crazy. And they're getting a little bit of a taste of what that is, what it is to be a pro. And that's taking care of your body. That's making sure you're getting the right rest mentally and physically to make sure that you're ready for the next game. Yes, they have 3-4 days in between each game, but because, like you said, each game is like a conference championship, it's going to feel like the playoffs, I think, the rest of the way.
Certain amount of urgency, yeah, there absolutely, even though it's game 3. Because if you drop this one tomorrow against UCF, you got to go 6-9 in the last 15, right? Because you probably, or 7 and 8, you probably need to get to 7 wins to make the tourney. That kind of feels like a minimum threshold. But I want to talk about the front court with you. Foos has played the last couple of games. He's getting back into the flow of things. Tiki Aliatiki is doing his thing. Ali Khalifa has, still has a 6.8 assist to turnover ratio. It's not 14,
crazy,
but it's still crazy. How would you assess kind of what the front court is now and what it's becoming with Foos returning to the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I love having Foos back. Obviously, he's a beast. He's very good at what he does. I love what he brings as far as physicality and touch, and just that interesting combination of size and speed and strength. So it's been great to have him back. We talked a lot about this when I was commentating on the game against Bellarmine. The fact that he was out, I think, was a blessing in disguise. Obviously you want to get him back healthy as soon as possible. He's a core part of the team. But the development of Atiki and Ali, I think, has been huge, and we've been able to see that. Just being able to give these teams different looks from the front court, I think, is important. Like I mentioned earlier, talking with Dave about the kind of the mental exhaustion that comes from a schedule like this, with as many heavy hitters in this league as there are. We need to make sure that we're playing to our strengths and that we're a heavy hitter, that we're mentally and physically exhausting other teams. And you do that by throwing different looks at them, by coming at them in different ways, as I've heard Coach Pope talk about a lot. And you can do that when you have three centers that you trust to go out there and do what they're supposed to do, which is very different between the three of them.
There is an Orlando Magic G League team, I believe, in Florida. Do you have any recommendations for BYU to where they should eat or anything?
Oh man, that's a better question for Mr. TJ Hawes. He played for that team.
Yes, he did.
But last year I actually played on Ignite with Aubrey Dawkins, who is Coach Dawkins' son.
Oh, very nice.
He played there. I want to say he finished college the same year that I did. So maybe I'll text him and relay the message. Although I don't know if I trust him in this certain situation. We might get a Jordan flu game type accusations afterwards. So we're just gonna let it lie, and we'll let the operations guy. We'll let Nate Austin figure that out.
Nate knows Lone Peak, the homie there. So yeah, Erik, we appreciate the time. Best of luck in your recovery to get back, and we can't wait to see you play, man.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks, Erik.
Erik Mika. Oh, good insight from him.
Just over the course of that interview, tomorrow's game got bigger.
It feels more important.
Feels like it's more.
After that conversation.